Throughout 2006, Third Eye Unlimited went around the city of New Bedford and interviewed numerous youth about the spread of drugs and violence in their community. Many of the young people who participated in these interviews had similar responses and said that there wasn't much to do and nowhere to go for teens. This documentary is a chance for the community to listen and invest their time to the unheard voices and future leaders of our city and finally come together to make that positive change. Now, there's no excuse for the system to say they don't know what young people want. Forget what you thought you know about us and just listen to the voice of New Beat. Do you feel safe living in New Beat?
Nope. I got a very-own niece and she lives right across the street. I don't even feel safe. With her eating beans. Like 2 streets away, there was something on the news saying that there was a lady murdered in her own bed. They shot in her own bed. My dad grew up with her, and that was like 2 streets away.
I think it's going down now. Like I don't think, like I wouldn't want my little cousins going up. Like my niece was just born and she's getting grown up in North Carolina. She's not getting grown up in New Bedford because I don't think it's a safe place for her to be grown up. I wouldn't want my kids growing up in New Bedford.
When you think about it now, how dangerous it is, imagine like when I'm an adult, like how much more like people are gonna be on the street doing bad stuff. Our state has like so many like drug abusers, people with like STDs and everything. Just imagine that 5 to 10 years later.
People don't even feel safe bringing their daughter or their little son to play in the park because of the neighborhood they live in. You can't grow up like that.
Like, for me, I'm a mother, I have a little girl, and it scares me to death because it's like, how am I supposed to go let her play outside? You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to tell her? You know, it's like, it's crazy.
I like it, but then I don't because people are acting kind of crazy right now nowadays. You know what I mean? And they're shooting each other because they say, well, your sneakers sucks or clothes suck. Instead of freaking doing one-on-one like they used to, now it's all stabbing and shooting because they don't have no heart. They think they have heart because they're doing it. No, they don't have heart.
I like living here, but I don't feel that safe because of all the violence, all the shootings. I mean, I used to live in United Front and I had to move because things happened with my little sister. She got shot in August last year, and I think New Bedford's really getting out of control and something needs to happen.
Hell no, this thing sucks here. Oh, there's too much problems. Right here, like too much of everything. See how gutted that is? So we got a kid carrying a carriage.
Maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago, we had no problems whatsoever. You got kids going into schools, getting into fights over the most sneakers, your clothes. And look, now they're saying there's more deaths than ever out here. It's actually beating Boston.
It's beating so fast.
You know, I mean, it's sad how New Bedford's turning out.
Like the city is just a violent city. It's just raised on violence. It's been like that for a long time.
First and foremost, it needs parents to be involved with their children. Ask questions, ask and ask and ask again. You know what I mean? And set certain restrictions and certain guidelines.
And there's always gang fights between South End and West End. And it's really getting kind of stupid because they're just like fighting over like territory and stuff.
No, it's really because of the Southwest violence. Really, the United Front, the Park, they really been having beef for years. I don't think that's ever gonna be over.
Because that whole thing with the South and Western thing, that thing has been going on for years. So kids that grow up in the South End automatically gonna think, oh, I don't like the West End.
He's talking.
Kids, you know what I mean? Kids that grow up in the West End automatically don't like the kids in the South End. And some of the kids from the South End isn't even in the middle of that and they get caught up. So that's the reason why the violence is how it is now. That's the reason why the violence is so high actually. It's because they're getting shot because where they live at. It's not even because of where they're from, where they live at, what they rep. It's where they live at. You can live in the front, you're from the South, and get shot up for no reason. You know what I mean?
Foolishness, basically. It's real dumb. They get mad for little things. West side, south side, whatever. Doesn't matter. They can't. A lot of times, they don't even fight, you know. So they choose to shoot people when they're scared.
Because they're stupid.
Plain and simple, because they're stupid. Because there's no need for it. It is.
Because everybody wants to be like the super thug rapper type.
To me, it seems like a popularity contest. If I fight him, I'll be popular. If I do this, if I pick him up, I'll get more notice. You get me?
It's too much pressure. They come with pressure.
Peer pressure.
Like, oh, you're scared, and they
Peer
just
pressure.
make you do it.
Cause the music that the artists are producing in their albums about the drugs and the gun violence, and the kids hear that, they think that's cool. So I guess once the rappers influence them in bad ways, and that's how they act in the future.
I think it's television, most of it. Like watching BET and MTV, people thinking like they are gangsters, like they are from out there and they know what's up with that. I think they're just posers, trying to be something they're not.
Like, you could be cool with both ends, but then there's just one particular person that you don't like, and it ruins the whole connection that you have with that like person. You get me? Like that. And like, say you're from the South End, you have a good relationship with people from the West End, then one person can ruin the whole thing, and it gets bigger and bigger.
Since it's all he say, she say, that's all it is.
Per se, somebody could go and say to his boy, or thinking at his boy, and be like, yo, this and that happened, blah, blah, and then from that person goes to another, you know. A lot of negativity? Yes.
Because it's funny how, like, they were best friends when they were little kids, girls and boys club, and don't front like you wasn't. All you chilling together. Why hate on each other if you do the same thing, you like the same freaking R&B singer or the hip-hop rapper or whatever, you know what I mean? So do you like, why? You smoke weed, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say the truth, you all smoke weed, you do the same thing. Why you just can't chill with each other like you used to back in the day? What's the purpose? Oh, I'm so done, what's that? Both cut it.
They don't even know. I don't know, nobody knows. They don't even know. West Side, every people on the South Side, West Side, they don't even know why they're fighting. Now they're giving the reasons like, oh, we killed this one, we killed that one. But in first place, they didn't even know why they were fighting. I asked some of them, they don't even know. They're like, oh, it was back in the day, it was back in the day. Well, come on, yo, you don't know why you're fighting,
People don't know how to take out that anger and that aggression in a better way.
Because there's nothing to do.
Because there's nothing to do around here for the kids.
People get bored, so they just start
doing stupid things because it's boring.
You ain't got nothing to do. You might as well cause trouble.
Yeah. When I was young, I always had things to look forward to doing. Summer, now everything's the same. Everybody is nothing but trouble because no one has anything to do, nothing to look forward to, you know? So it's just mad chaos right now.
Parents ain't there for them, you know, saying they doing other things. They don't have nobody to show them which way to go, so they decide to go their own way, which way their boys is telling them to go.
I don't know, kids that grow up without parents, really. Get caught up, they need friends, and they think people that ain't gangs are gonna protect them, so, I mean.
You walk in the streets around there, and another gang might jump you.
Then you have your back up.
When they see the older brothers or sisters or family or friends, and they want to be just like them.
Yeah, like they see other people doing anything that's cool, so they want to go do it.
They don't have someone to look up to.
People just join in with gangs, so have nothing else to do.
Because it's too much of it around.
Yeah,
it's too easy.
There's too much people around, so people make them do it, so
it's too easy to get some.
I think they do drugs because their friends do it, and like it's all to do with peer pressure, and some of them do it because they grew up around it, like their parents do it, and they figure if their parents do it, and their parents are the ones that are supposed to be directing them and guiding them, they figure that it's alright for them to do it.
I think it's better if you have parents or one of your family members like is into some kind of drugs, because if like they are, it'll make you know what's it like and how bad they have it and stuff, and it'll make you not want to do it. It would be the same thing, like if say my brother did drugs, sold drugs all the time and stuff, and he came home and acted like an idiot, he was always high, throwing stuff around and whatnot. Like, I wouldn't want to be like that.
If it's someone that you idolize, then how you can, you know what I'm saying? If it's like your mom and dad and you idolize your mom and dad, how do you know that it's wrong if it's your parents, you know what I mean?
I think
think like the main reason why kids use drugs these days and alcohol is basically to be cool because everybody else is doing it and they don't know no better. Like a lot of the younger kids, that's what I've seen anyways.
Maybe they have bad childhood or peer pressure, or they see other people doing things and they just get pressured to do it.
Because parents don't talk to them about it enough.
I think we get caught up because there's nothing really to do here for us.
I think nowadays the youth is involved with drugs because there are not that many activities that they can get involved with, such as music or what is going on right now.
It's nothing better to do. Like, they want something to do. All their friends are doing drugs, so they're gonna do it too.
Most of the times I think it has to do with like how they were brought up, you know, how their families and friends. And a lot of them, they want to just do it because they start doing it just because they want to fit in.
It's the older kids, little kids follow the older kids. They need to lead by example for the little kids not to get caught up in this stuff.
Because the older people, they're all doing drugs and they're like older brothers and sisters and they think it's a cool thing to do, so they're easily influenced and they don't have the right people to tell them not to do those things.
Okay, I think people get involved with drugs because they don't have a support system. They don't have people there to tell them not to do this, not to do drugs, that it's not good for you, that, you know what I'm saying?
Because there's so much of it. For real, like there's a lot of it everywhere. Like every 2 blocks somebody has something, and you know what I mean? Like there's not enough things in New Bedford to keep people out of that stuff, that's why.
It's there. It's like in New Bedford it's so easy to get because it's everywhere.
In Bedford, this is like drug city right here. So everywhere you go, you see crackheads, drug dealers. New Media basically meant to be a crack dealer, or a drug dealer, or a crackhead or something, or a drug addict, you know?
Most of it that I think is influence, and just like some people do it for like pleasure, and some just do it out of influence, like they grew up at a bad house, or you know, they're hanging with their boys and their boys are smoking. That's what I think.
Because some people turn to drugs because they ain't got nothing else that makes them happy.
Because there ain't no jobs out here. There's no money, there's no opportunity at all. Like, me myself, before I got this job that I have now, I was out there looking for work all day, every day, and there's just nothing. It's hard. Like you gotta make money. You have to have money. Like you have to. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they resort to selling drugs because there's no other way for them to make it. It's not out here.
People that sell it ain't got no other way to income when you got bills to pay and you got things over your head and you can't find a job. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's not that easy to get a job. There's some people that, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but they don't really have a choice but to sell drugs.
Because a lot of jobs be looking for their record and they're working like bad.
To be hanging around in the street and the drug thing is just, people see easy money coming in the street mainly. So once they, like, if you keep them in programs and keep them in the school and everything like that, they have something that distracts them, something that they don't have to take out time and be bored, because that's what happens. When they get bored, they're like, oh, forget it, let me go out into the street, go chill with my friends, let me go hang out. Once they start hanging out, they start seeing the life out there in the street, and they start liking it a little bit too much. But since they don't have nothing that could distract them, so they're like, oh, well, this is gonna distract me, look at how much money they're bringing in, look at, they got banging clothes, banging shoes, let's get addicted to that.
I wish that some people had more opportunities to get a job, like doing whatever except doing drugs, obviously. I think that's one of the main reasons that there's a lot of immigrants that it's not that easy for them to get jobs. So I guess they go for the easy stuff, for the fastest way to get some money. I mean, some people have to take care of their families.
You know, it's hard to find jobs in the Bedford. It's really hard right now. And they want money, they want nice things, and sometimes, especially girls, like they have kids and they can't just rely on welfare. They can't get a regular paid job. You know, it's a lot of things. You know, education, everything. You know, the cycle.
It's the streets. I figured that I could make $200 on the streets instead of being in school and learning nothing.
The addiction.
addiction. You know, you start selling drugs, you know, making like, you know, I don't know the figures, but you start making like $100, you know, in a day. You know, you start making $200. It depends on what you sell. And, you know, like anything, you start making that money, you know, even though if you want to try to stop. A lot of people say they want to get in and come out, but it's hard because you make that quick money. Like, damn, I could go to a job and make this a week, but I can make this in one night, you know.
Right.
So it's like the addiction just keeps them coming back.
Because it's a fast and easy way to make money. And if your parents ain't paying you no mind, you're gonna do what you're gonna do to get what you want.
Well, New Bedford is mostly, you know, it's full of drugs. Everywhere you go, every corner. So it's hard to, like, you know, not get caught up in it because it makes you easy money. People don't want to go through school and whatever, get education, because a lot of these people, your parents don't even care about them.
There's a lot of families that don't have, like, that can't provide their kids for what they want and what they need. So they figure if they sell drugs, it's just an easy way to get it.
I don't think there's a lot of good job opportunities in the Bedford either. So, and I know a lot of kids like live in families where their parents don't make a lot of money. You know, kids like to have their fresh forces and look good for school and stuff. So, you know, if they have to sell on the corner to make money, they're gonna do it.
Because they want the same gear that everybody else, you know, has. They want to look fresh all the time.
It's depicted on TV as drug dealers. They got the nice cars, they got all the girls, and just people nowadays, they want that. That's what they want.
Cause I don't know, honestly, drugs are easier to get than a job. So you can go there. I mean, you can go get crack down the street and sell with the money instead of going down the street and getting a job. You know what I mean? So that's my reason why kids at my age and older get money off of work than job. So if you can't get a job out here, then what's the point?
And it's not just like the West and the South and fighting, but it puts a bad impression on all of New Bedford, especially like the sports teams and stuff. You go to like different cities and like it almost seems like the referees or the officials they like get bad impressions of you when they make unfair calls. You know, it seems like the calls are always against you because the city that you live in.
There's not really much to do in New Bedford. You just hang out with the same people and do the same thing like every day. So.
Well, New Bedford's problem is we're just in a small area and everything's all congested and shit. So there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. You see the same people every day.
It's a boring place, there's nothing for the kids to do. They tell us go like to the Whaling Museum. Who wants to go to a Whaling Museum as a teenager? Like, be real. There's nothing out here for teenagers to do. You go to the mall, they kick you out. Go to the movies, too loud, nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. You got a lot of violence and everything.
A lot of violence?
It's boring.
Too much stress around here for me. Nothing too deep.
There really isn't anything in New Bedford to be doing. Like, there used to be like, you know, like Hot Wheels, like just things like that.
More things to do. There's nothing to do around here, really.
Basically, like New Bedford is like, to me, it's like a magnet. It's hard to get away from that. So that force, it just pulls you back, no matter what you do. Like there's people that could have been something, basketball players or whatever, lawyers, doctors, but they get caught up in the system. They end up in trouble. To me, I feel that the school system is whack. For the simple fact that they're giving out free education, which is always good. But at the same time, they're teaching you, basically like they teach, in my opinion, I think they're teaching you mostly lies, to be honest. I don't really believe none of that stuff that they was teaching you about anything.
Senior year, like the first semester, I'm just like 22 days. It's just stood home, not even caring and whatnot. Because they don't make the schools that interesting, you know, for somebody to, how can I put it? Like for a kid just to come to school and, you know, and learn. It's just like they give you the stuff and they expect you to do it on your own.
If I'm not failing the way you're teaching me, then I can't fail you. Like I won't be able to sit there and listen to you all day if I'm not even believing anything you're saying. That made me not want to go to school.
The problem with not getting a decent education and like minorities today is that they forget to look at what happened in the past, like in the 50s and 60s when black people came together to make a difference in the way that they were treated.
Teachers really don't want to teach kids. They just want to get their job done so they can get paid.
There's a select few teachers in the city that really care about the community and really care about kids. Because when I told my principal that I was planning on quitting school, he didn't tell me anything to try to make me stay in. He said, whatever, sign up and be on your way.
I noticed that a lot of teachers do not care about like things. They just put your work in front of you and tell you to do it. They don't explain things well enough, so a lot of students, they won't understand, and then when they need help, they don't have help to go to.
Honestly, it's really just a lack of recreational activities for the children. Kids get out of school, there's nothing to do, so they out here doing whatever they gotta do. It's not for them. It's not for him. There's a Boys and Girls Club in the West End, then some more in the South End, and then there's nothing else. You feel me? There's nothing out here.
They have nothing better to do. A lot of programs that they could be involved in. The city decides to put their budget elsewhere, and they have nothing to do. So, a lot of their friends, they hang out and then they get involved in the bigger things.
There's no jobs, there's no money, there's nothing out here for anybody to do anything. There's not enough buildings and stuff out here for people to be working. That's why these young kids, little kids out there, I see it all the time.
They're always saying we need funds for this, we need funds for that. We don't get nothing out here. They just keep taking away. They took away art and music in school. They took away parks. They took away mad stuff that we just don't have no more. And they keep saying we need more money for the kids. We haven't seen none of that money yet. We haven't seen nothing that benefited us from that.
I think we have a lot of corrupted cops.
No matter how much cops on the street, there's never enough. There's still shooting, there's still violence, still people dying.
They'll pull you over for speeding before they'll try to find out who killed somebody or who got stabbed. You see, in the government, they basically the government is not perfect either. And some of them have records too, and they get jobs in the government. But people here, you can't even get a job at Walmart, McDonald's coming out of jail. But the government got people like that. True. And now we got beef with Fall River somehow. I don't even know. Whatever. Now we got beef with them. So there's beef everywhere. Whatever. Pretty soon we're gonna have beef in Florida.
It all starts at home. If you're gonna let your kid hang out till 11, 12 o'clock at night, then you should be ashamed of yourself.
Young parents don't take care of their kids.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a young parent.
Alright.
My son's 5 years old. See where he is? He's at the park fucking with me. Keep an eye on him. Other parents still come, leave their kid here, take off. Whatever they gotta go do, they don't pay no mind of their kids. Or if not, the parents are in the house and the kids are outside playing. That'd be the day. I don't trust anybody around my kid. My kid is my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Young parents don't think like that.
Cause there's some families though that don't really care for their kids or don't care for, you know what I mean? They don't even care, they'll just, whatever. The more you're outside, the more less you bother me or whatever, something like that, you know what I mean? They don't have to care though.
If you don't want your kid living the life you live, you want to do better by it. If you live through the struggle, why do you want your kid living through the struggle?
Parents complain that their kids are doing dumb things but don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because it starts young, you know what I'm saying? If you learn certain things, like certain habits when you're young, you're gonna grow up and be that way. It's just gonna keep going. It's gonna be like a chain. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna teach your kids that. Your kids are gonna.
They see their parents drink and there's alcohol in the house, and you're like, well, if my parents can drink, so can I.
If you're brought up with your parents treating you like that, then you think that's the right thing to do. Like you don't know any better.
First of all, the school's jacked up a lot of times. Every time, I go to school, sometimes the teachers be giving me dirty looks. I don't even know them. They don't know me.
We got so much dropout kids that's out there, and for being dropped out of school, that leads to selling drugs, doing this, stealing, and doing whatever. So basically,
wrong people in office, people worrying about the wrong thing when they get in office. The list goes on. I'll be here all day.
There's not enough resources for young people to use to get where they need to get.
Not enough places where teenagers can go and hang out. Positive places like play basketball or baseball or things like that kids really like to do, and since they don't have that, they go to negative places and decide that smoking weed is fun, and that's how they get caught onto other things.
There's nothing to do in Bedford. There's don't try to get kids involved, youth. Like, the only thing is like what? The library, like the restaurants, the mall. And it's like, wow, what big things we got. And basically it's just like, there's not that much activities for us. They got more activities for the adults, but nothing for the kids, for the youth, you know?
Like more activities, things to do, you know what I mean? Like, ain't really, besides balling with Pac, ain't really nothing good. Like,
there's not enough opportunities out there, there's not enough jobs, there's really nothing to do. So people just want something to do, so they'll pick up drugs, they'll pick up a gun just to stop blasting off.
Some parents have to work double jobs and everything. And they can't take their kid out to play ball or anything. They can't play basketball with them, they can't play baseball with them.
People really aren't doing as much as they should be or could be doing for themselves.
And probably also because of TV and what the negative messages that people send on TV, and it probably gets stuck in their mind.
More after-school programs.
I think you need like extracurricular like stuff, like activities and stuff, because if you just sit around all day and do nothing, what else are you gonna do? Well, I mean, you don't have to do drugs and violence, but you're much more prone to do it if you're not doing anything else. So, like sports, music, art, work,
Exercise.
yeah, anything.
I think it starts in school. I think that we should be having more funding inside schools to have more clubs that reach out to all different types of kids. Like, yeah, we have like the hip hop club and we have drama club, but there are different types of kids that like to do different types of things. And when that's not offered in school, they might look for other ways to entertain themselves. And also, I think it would be nice if we had more like youth outreach programs in New Bedford, because kids need someone to talk to every now and then.
I think that if there were more programs, more things to do, that the kids would stay out of trouble. The schools have a lot of programs, after-school programs, music programs, sports. A lot of it's being cut for budget reasons, and I think that if we try to keep those programs intact, try some sort of way to find funding to keep these programs going, the kids will have a lot more to do.
Outside of school, they need like a they need like a teen center, like something for the older cats, not for the young kids. I mean, they have dentists and they got the wire right up the street, but they need something for the older kids, because that's who's dying, that's who's getting in trouble and shit and who's going to jail.
When I was younger, they had after school programs. Like, I went to Golem School, and I must have been in school until like 5, 6 o'clock. By that time, it was time to go home, eat, take a shower, go to bed. It kept me out of trouble. Kept my brother out of trouble. Kept all of us out of trouble.
Support the teenagers more, open places so they can go and chill after school,
Maybe a program that everybody can go into after school, because a lot of the drugs and alcohol that kids go into these days are mostly after school when they come out of.
More programs after school. Yeah. Kids don't really join programs like sports. Not everybody's an athlete. So they join gangs, get into trouble, get locked up. That's it.
You need more activities and positive places to go after school and just be somewhere and do something with your life.
Need to put up bigger posters or something, so kids, when they walking in the street or something, they can see a poster and be like, yo, like if it's a poster of basketball, they look at it like, oh, I play basketball, let me try to get in that. Like me, I got offered to be in the thing down at the art youth to job for the city, and we're doing the thing for the police station, so I'm trying to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
More activities like parks, open like water parks in New Bedford, just like in New Bedford. We don't gotta travel all the way to Boston or to like Connecticut or something like that. Like travel, like keep it in New Bedford.
People leave New Bedford to have fun. You should be able to stay in New Bedford.
How about doing a little party place that people could just enjoy, go, dance, have fun, hear music, play games or something, I don't know. I'm not into games, but I'm down with the dancing, you know what I mean?
Or give kids more productive things to do with their time, have more clubs, more outreach programs, more functions like dances and like more parties that kids can go to, and it's like leave your drama at the door, come in, have a good time, eat, have fun, dance, meet new people, meet new friends. It doesn't have to be about the drama, just enforce that in the community.
We should take a survey of like everyone in New Bedford, all the youth,
and see what they like most, like say basketball or boxing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should do. That's my opinion.
They should make like a club for kids. Play basketball.
Yeah, right.
They should make like a club for kids, like a teen club or something.
Something like Hot Wheels would be fun because I used to go to Hot Wheels every weekend. It used to be fun. They should open something like that again, like maybe a place where they can have parties every weekend.
Get more kids involved with different things and get them off the streets.
Like even if it's just a musical event, it's exciting and fun.
All the bad people off the street, put them in programs, help them, like, you know, change their attitude.
Dramatically screening the cops.
We need to offer police that actually do their job. Well, I'm not saying that none of them do their job, but at least like they need to have like complete trust in like the people who are trying to uphold the law. Because if they don't respect if the cops don't respect the law, how are we gonna respect them?
Cops that care too. A lot of cops don't care. They don't want to help you. They'd rather lock you up and get you off the street. But that's not gonna solve anything. Because if you're not going to jail for life, you'll be out again.
Start evaluating prisoners, because some prisoners are like rehabilitated. Some prisoners just get used to that life. Some prisoners are, you know, actually might turn them around.
More importantly, we need mind control. We need to do it for ourselves, because regardless, we can have the best teachers, we can have the best cops, we can have the best everything, but if we're still out there doing the things that we're doing, nothing's gonna change like that.
An education. You know what I mean? If you ain't have an education, we ain't going nowhere.
We need a new school department, or basically a better. They need to switch up what they're doing in school. They need to fire teachers that don't care, hire people that do care. You could be the smartest teacher in the world, but if you don't care about the people you're teaching, then nothing's gonna get accomplished.
Yeah, if they sat there and taught me, like if I got along with the person who's teaching me, then yeah, it'd be easier for me to learn.
You know, I know I can only do it for myself, but it would have helped me to have the teacher support.
I think a really important thing, no matter like what kind of family you're from or what kind of friends you have, I mean the most important thing in my eyes is education. If you educate yourself, then you can become smart around all things, and you can learn about people and places and the things you can aspire to, and what drugs have done to other people in the past, and to other, I mean, even whole like social structures in the past have fallen apart because of drugs. Like 19th century China completely fell because of opium. Like you can learn about things like that if you just get a good education, and you can realize that drugs and violence are not the best way.
Make school more interesting for kids, for the youth. Like have better teachers there, not just like okay kids, you know, like boring teachers. Keep the class interesting, and more like for kids in school, like more on field trips to keep them like, yo, we did this week, how about next month? What we're gonna do next month? So you know, it's like keep it alive.
As far as school goes, like I think that there should be more help, like more people to be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm here for you if you're having trouble, if you're struggling, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of the teachers nowadays, they're slacking, like they'll just give up, they'll just be like whatever, if you don't understand something, or if you're asking questions, or if you don't do something right or whatever, like automatically they're gonna fail you. I think there needs to be more teachers and more positive people to be like, I'm gonna help you, not just tell you forget it, you failed, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna work with you through this. So that would definitely be another thing that would be really important.
The people also need to stop being so ignorant and like get out there, make sure that they're getting what they need. I mean, there's plenty of people that talk about it and they're not being about it.
Even though words don't really work, maybe actions, maybe people that have already been in drugs that went to rehab to come talk to students maybe.
And opening more jobs, you know, something to keep people active instead of, you know, out on the streets or something like that.
Because kids are gonna keep moving. They're still on their grind, still on their hustle, still what they gotta do. I mean, if that's how they making money, try to get them kids a job.
Put more place like where they can work, find more place to work. Open a company where they can find a job. People like 16 up so they can work.
Enforcing certain laws when you go to get a job. Excuse me. But it's nothing you can really do when the people are still choosing to be ignorant.
forcing different laws so you kind of prevent that racism and sexism you're talking about?
Yeah, equal opportunity jobs. Like, for real this time, though.
Yeah.
Everybody needs something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it comes back to the wanting to fit in, wanting to be somebody thing. Like if they had somebody that was recognizing them for something that they were already skilled at, that they can already get bragging rights from, they wouldn't have to be like, yeah, I'm hood. They could be like, yeah, I play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like they need something that they can be like, this is me.
If you're helping somebody do what they like to do, then why would they do something they know is wrong?
Yes, they need someone to push them and keep them motivated to do the right thing.
If everybody has someone that they look up to, help them out with what they're good at, yeah, that'd probably help the community a lot more.
A lot of these kids need guys. They need that person that they can connect to. Not everybody connect to one person. You gotta find the right person.
Right.
It's, a mentor or something like that.
I think it's important for kids to have like a strong living environment at home, but the reality of it is a lot of kids right now, like especially in New Bedford, there's a lot of kids from group homes that are from out of town. They don't know nobody, they don't have no real family out here. And if it's a case like that, I think that there needs to be more programs like Third Eye, where there can be people to be like, listen, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? I feel you, even though I'm not family, I can be your family, I can be there, you know what I'm saying? I think it's very important for them to have like positive people in their life, especially the kids that don't got no family.
Giving these kids an opportunity where they can actually use their talents, like Third Eye.
Organizations that keep kids out of the streets.
Blow it up, make it bigger.
We need to raise money so we can make these places happen.
We need better funding in things like Youth Build, so we're not just feeding everybody peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
More programs. More programs. That people, like fun programs, not stupid like come here and paint faces or something. Like programs for certain age groups and certain types of people.
Sports tournaments. Definitely. So we can have fun.
I think you should have like more boxing gyms. Because boxing also teaches you discipline and what it means to be a real warrior instead of, with guns and knives and all that stuff. That's why.
You should have like more programs that are nearby, because most programs are like either the north, south end, west end, or even downtown. There's not in the north end.
More youth centers. They only have one youth center, I believe, in freaking South End, and I think they should have it like South End, like maybe 2 in the South End, 2 in the North End, 2 in the West End. Or like 1 at least in the North End, West End, South End.
We have programs, but I say we should have more programs than we already have. There's some programs, but most of the programs are for summer. There's less of them for school stuff.
More programs outside of school. Like more things like the Boys and Girls Club, or more things like the Third Eye.
For kids, we need like more things like Third Eye for the kids to do. Like, because basically they're just sitting around, they go to school. Some of them don't even go to school. Like, you have kids that are like 13, 14 years old that don't even go to school anymore. And like, they just sit around all day and do nothing, and then they go out and just cause trouble.
Programs in place like this just need to open up all over this city. Like, you come here for so many different things. Like, even downstairs, they have an immigrant assistance center where you could get food. Here personally at Youth Build, they teach you life skills.
I would say more programs, definitely more programs. Because honestly, I didn't even want to come to Upward Bound at all. I was like, this is so whack, I didn't want to come at all. I was like, I just want to spend my summer like going to the beach, hanging out with all my friends. But then once I got into it, like my academics are like way better. I made so much more friends, and like I felt completely safe, and we weren't doing anything wrong for the whole summer. So why not everybody? Why can't everybody do that?
Get them involved in music, get them involved with dancing, everything that has to do with like hip hop is like a big thing now, and they should get involved more with that.
More hip hop stuff, you know what I mean? Because everyone loves hip hop. Reggaeton at that. I get the boogie down, Boricua baby. Yo, on G's, we need more studios. There's so much talent out here. You don't understand. I can't even like. Yo, I don't even know.
Stop that whole war going on right now. Stop. So I can think of they all need to get together and just talk. They all need to get together and just have this big talk. Straight up. If they don't squash their problems, it's gonna go on forever. It's going on for like the past 30 years.
sports around
We went
here.
here first and then they just come and kick us off.
Because they're bigger.
They kicked you out because
Because
you're
they
girls?
bigger.
Because they're bigger? Basketball?
All day.
All day.
Basketball and football. I'm playing basketball. I'm getting a scholarship next year, so that's a talent. I'm invented into my sport. Of course, I'll make it. That's motivation. That's telling me that people want to succeed. That's it.
Boxing, fighting all my life. You know, I haven't won all of them, but you know, that's what makes you a warrior. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of nice on basketball. You know, I'm a fast runner. I don't know if that counts. I'm nasty at the PS2, Xbox, any game. I got skills with the ladies. I don't know. Yeah.
Skills with the ladies.
I like to dance, I like to draw, I like to just hang out with my girls, shop.
I draw. I like dancing and stuff like that.
I'm really good at photography, camera work, editing. I write poems.
I like music. I'm an artist myself. Do my own music, album out soon, demos.
I'm a rapper.
Holla at me, baby.
I'll blow up. That broke records. Holla at me. I'll blow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do music. I'm about to have a CD out soon, so remember that. Basketball, football, baseball, sports, you know what I mean? Sports is my thing. I rap, yo. Y'all know me, Phyllis the Cat. I produce beats as well. You know, anybody want some, you know, come a bill a pop. That means $100 for a beat. Out of your wop, baby. You know, maybe I'll do the 2 A's, but yo, I mean my cereal, son.
Basically, writing is my biggest talent. Before I was even doing music, I could just write. You can give me a topic, and I'll write a whole 8 paragraphs about that one topic.
Well, I love writing because when I was young, that was my way of letting people know how I was feeling with because everybody has that fear, like they want to tell somebody something, but they're afraid of what they're gonna get back. So with writing, I can say whatever I gotta say, and can't nobody tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it.
Definitely, because not only am I getting to, express my passion through my writing with other people, but it's like I'm getting recognition for what I'm good at. So if more people got to know me through what I'm good at and through my skill, then I might not have a reason to do bad anymore for attention. I could just show people what I'm made of and express it through my writing.
I like to sing.
I can sing. Who are you to wave your finger? You must have been so high.
I can sing and I can dance and I can make my space layout.
Like me, I like to sing, I'm a performer, and I just think that, there should be more opportunities for people that like to do stuff like that.
We need more social.
I've been skateboarding for 9 years, trying to stay out of trouble, so I've been doing that.
Skateboard, you get in trouble, skateboard.
Oh yeah, even when you skateboard, you get in trouble. I mean, come on, you're skateboarding in, the wrong places. It's like the cops see you, they're like, all right, don't do that, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? And it's not right, so. So say I get sponsored, for instance, and I make it big, I'm still gonna come down and, teach the kids how to skateboard or open up a little skate thing for them so they can skate and not get in trouble by the cops or, it's all about the youth, for real. It's all about the youth. They're our future, just like me, you know what I mean? If without them, they ain't nothing, so.
I played soccer or something, but I'm not good at it.
Basketball, there's a lot of things that we all like to do. Like, I see people doing bad things with their life, but they always got hobbies and skills and different things that they're good at, but their life's based on more negativity. They don't realize the positive side that they have because they're influenced more by negative. That's what New Bedford's mostly more negative and not really positive.
They just need just more opportunity, just opportunities, whatever it can be,
I think they need to treat people a little more fairly because they really put kids down. And adults think they're so much better than kids, and kids should be grateful. And sometimes they aren't, but they should still have a choice in matters that are way too big for them to comprehend.
But sometimes you should explain it to them so they can maybe, if they do understand, they should have a choice.
But listen, let me just say something right now. See, what parents don't realize and a lot of adults don't realize is, look, that we can have intelligent conversations as youth. You know what I'm saying, as young kids, and still, think about it. They don't look at us and be like, those kids know what they're doing. They look at us as ignorant kids who haven't had experience and don't know what life's all about. But we observe a lot of things, and that's what they need to know.
Do you know why we don't understand what parents are talking about? Is because they never explain it to us. They never bring us into the conversation.
They never let us experience it.
The cops, they're on high pursuit on things that they just don't need to be on. So they need to focus on the things that really matter.
Like, everybody should get along. We wasn't put on this earth to battle. Like, we should all be friends, and I think the whole West End South Side thing is stupid. I think everybody should get along.
At least have more programs so kids could, do something with their lives instead of doing the same thing every single day, just chilling on the block. And so they have programs for kids. I know there's some certain programs, but come on. For all the I know New Bedford's small, but for a small city, there's a lot of people, and these people have needs, so they need to fulfill the needs.
So, what do you think that you need to succeed in life in order to stay away from drugs and violence?
Pretty much have something to do every day, because
instead of people hanging out on the corner or starting with people, give them somewhere to look forward to. Don't make community service something you have no choice to do. Make it fun. Give them places to go. They shut down Hot Wheels, know where to go. The YMCA, like I said, people getting stabbed. What else is there to do?
If they had more positive programs like Third Eye or like Youth Build, then, they'd be all right, but it's not.
A lot of parents, they just if they made more time for their kids, they took them out more. And then, instead of focusing on, buying a big screen TV and a nice car, focus on getting a nice house and getting out of the neighborhood you grew up in. Straighten out your kid. You see him slipping up and everything, just straighten him out.
Well, you gonna make me cry. You should be in a family that's gonna teach you the right goals in life. And that if someone actually cares about you, school-wise and sports-wise and whatever you're involved in, then you're most likely not gonna do that.
New Bedford needs is a strong leader, a strong mayor who's actually gonna do something and not just talk about it.
Maybe if there was better jobs out here, you know what I mean, and more opportunities, there'll be less trouble. They always complaining about what goes on in the city, but they don't do nothing about it. They don't give no fun, nothing for people to do, so what else are they supposed to do,
To the cops, I know y'all say that y'all just doing your job, but y'all gotta stop labeling us, because, there is people that made mistakes in their past, but that don't mean that they always gonna be the same criminal. There's people I made mistakes in my past. I've been locked up for selling drugs, the whole nine, but I'm still trying to better my life. So basically, I'm just gonna tell them give us a chance, Don't just see me and pull me over and want to put me in jail for nothing because of what I did in the past. Just give me a chance to make things right.
Don't be stereotyping everybody just because we dress the way we dress. Not everybody's a gangbanger. Not everybody does drugs and all that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Some of us are intelligent. Some of us are smart enough to get through life.
Just more more opportunities. Some people, and even with the boys club, it's, they do accept people, but again, some people just can't afford to become a member, you know what I mean? Because they're barely eating and surviving as it is.
Wake up, for real, wake up, do your job, open your eyes. Don't worry about kids skateboarding while people are selling crack on the corners.
I just want to say that we are we're the future, and if the system can invest a little bit more time in us, then there's, other things, better things could probably, fall after that. Don't worry too much about this, other things that don't matter, and worry about the youth that's gonna be the future.
We're still here. Why have you forgotten us? Stop being so ignorant. The revolution is coming. The revolution is coming. The revolution is coming.
Don't follow people. Do your own thing. Get an education. Have fun. Just don't do the wrong thing and join the wrong crowd.
Young people, I want to say Stay in school, regardless. Don't let them tell you that you ain't smart, because you smart. Regardless, you here. So as long as you're here, you can do whatever you want to do. It starts off with school. Without education, you ain't gonna do nothing. Even if you got the desire, the heart to do it, if you ain't got the smarts to do it, you can't do it. They're not gonna let you in. They ain't gonna let you run a business if you ain't got a business degree, you know what I mean?
So the youth need to pursue opportunities that are good for them. I mean, make decisions that are gonna better their life tomorrow, better the world for their children and grandchildren.
Don't follow others, be a leader.
Just be who you want to be. Don't live about like how other people live. Be true to yourself.
I say if you're a true warrior, you don't follow what you need, 10 dudes to be with you for. If anything, I don't do weapons, anything. That's all coward stuff. If you carry a gun, if you carry a knife, you're a coward. Whatever happens, happens. But if you go out that day, then God's letting you go out that day. If you don't, then you don't. Do what you gotta do to survive. But be smart at the same time and understand, your surroundings and what can lead to that road, later on. Put the guns away, put the guns and knives away, take it back to the old school, if you got a confrontation, sure, handle your beat, but no guns, no knives, no need for killing, squab out and then shake hands after, call it a day.
It's New Bedford, it's one city. It shouldn't be anything else, it's one city.
Don't listen to all that gangster stuff on music and television, and don't try to be them, be yourself.
Keep your head up. I know you're going through your problems and through your struggles, but remember, you still got a long life ahead of you. Just keep your head up all the time. Think positive. Don't look back. Look forward to the future.
Be positive and work on what you want to do, and don't let people bring you down.
Don't give up, no matter what happens. Just just stay focused on what you want to do with your life.
1, don't let people get the best of you, and 2, a lot of things about peer pressure. It's only peer pressure if you let it happen. You don't have to feel pressured. If someone says it, just ignore it. I just think that if you shrug it off and ignore it, you'll be fine.
Just use your common sense. If you know you shouldn't be doing something, don't do it. If you know something's gonna get you into trouble, then don't do it. Don't go off doing something just because someone's pressuring you into it. If you know that it's not something you want to do, just don't do it.
In school, stay away from the drugs and get involved in the community, because that's where you live.
Just get involved. Don't worry about what people think. Just do what you want to do, and you'll have more fun in life.
You want to be for yourself. My boys ain't telling me to join nothing. It's me.
Don't follow no one but yourself, because what your heart leads you to is the only way that you're gonna succeed in life.
You're the future.
Do what you gotta do and keep it cool, you feel me? Keep it real. One love.
As you can see, the voice of New B is stronger than it ever was before. We need to come together, unify, and take what belongs to us. Please don't leave here thinking that you can't make a change. This video proves to you that a lot needs to be done, and it's up to us to make sure it happens. It takes a village to raise a child, so please, let's raise these children right. Let's get to these politicians' heads and let them know that we ain't playing no more. This ain't a secret city anymore. The secret is out. Put out the word. Let's get together and take this over. You've heard the voice of New B, hard and strong.